What's up? What's the word?
So for people at home, y'all that's not from Chicago, Dirk had his birthday bash in Chicago, his first annual. We hope. Chicago Health United Center. He brought out Sexy Red, Boss Man, D-Lo, Lil Baby,
Nardo
Wig, Star Bands,
my husband, Honcho.
FYB J Main,
Tay Savage.
DJ U,
JT.
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 He brought
Sexy
everybody.
Red,
He
y'all
brought
see
everybody out.
Sexy.
So I'm gonna start with BREE.
Are you a teacher? Like, why are you just picking on everybody to start today? I think it was great for the city. Why are you shaking your head? Did I hurt your feelings? If I did, I apologize.
Nah, just talk, please.
Okay.
I swear.
I think it was great for the city. Shout out to Durk. I was really hoping that, it would go off and nothing ill had happened. But unfortunately, somebody got shot. I don't think it had anything to do with the concert per se.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make that known. But I don't think so. I don't know. But other than that, I think it's dope that he could bring like a lot of artists that usually don't come to Chicago or we haven't seen in Chicago in a minute. Just come out and support him. Come out and support the city because I feel like Chicago get left behind in a lot of conversations when it comes to like one of the biggest cities for like entertainment and stuff. And I feel like this kind of like paving the way for them to come out. Even with like Sexy Red kicking it with like Herb and Vaughn afterwards. And like everybody was just chilling. JT looked like she was having fun just to be in Chicago. I think that was good for the city. And I'm glad he was able to be the one to spearhead it.
That's dope. J. Marie, what's your thoughts?
I think honestly I was mad I missed it because we was planning on going and then I decided not to last minute. But I was really more so mad because I missed Sexy Red and JT. I've already seen Durk, so I wasn't too pressed to see him. But I think it was dope what he did. I think we did miss Herb, so I wish that Herb was there. And then as far as the shooting, it wasn't necessarily directed to because I seen that going around social media. People were trying to blame his music. Like they always try to do that. And I feel like, he did take extra precautions with saying, hey, the concert I'm on exactly at 8 because we got a curfew. Like he made sure his fans knew that. So the shooting that happened actually was a robbery that happened 2 blocks away from the United Center. So it wasn't even in front of the United Center. Nothing like that.
And one thing about the United Center, you could be in the West Loop and West Side.
It's the West Side, like
real fast.
This young man was from Elgin, and so it's like when you come to the city in general, you just have to be mindful of your surroundings at every stop wherever you go because stuff like this does happen. My prayers are with the family, but it's just an unfortunate event that happened in the surrounding area. So I wouldn't necessarily blame it on the concert.
You took it to a place where I didn't think we was taking it to as far as blaming on the concert. But I do want to say thoughts and prayers to the family of the young man that lost his life, and just prayers out to the I think it's some other people injured. So, but yeah, But in that same breath, I don't want that to take presidents over what happened with Durk and the concert and just how a good night it was, the great energy that was in the building. Even with the things that he did over the weekend, like the prayer event. Like he hosted a whole prayer event and just for like 5 hours, he wanted people to come out and just pray, eat food, and just be at peace. That was dope. The things he did with the kids, that was dope. Him getting the keys to surrounding suburban cities was dope. And we saw a lot
I want to know how you get nominated to get the key to bribe you. I need the key to K-Town. Shit.
Right. I knew what she was on.
Put me on the list.
The key to K-Town is crazy. But you don't think that his reach is regional and the things that his work with his foundation do can be regional? It's not just the city of Chicago.
No, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it because I like what he doing with what is it, neighborhood heroes with the foundation with the kids with the boys. I love what he does with the boys, but I was just kind of not even hoping because I don't want this to sound like I'm criticizing it, but if it was like the key to like the neighborhood he was from, or just the key to Chicago, but I guess we building up to that, so that's cool. But I really want to know, like, how do I get on the list to get like the key to Bellwood?
She did that.
I be out there.
You gotta do community work.
I do community work out there.
You ain't
I
doing
be in the
enough.
community.
It's the community.
Gorilla.
That's crazy. Anybody else got anything they want to talk on the Dirk birthday bash?
I didn't get a chance to, see what was going on for real, but it looked like it was fun. Like, it looked like a good time. I do think we got, like, way too many, like, festivals and concerts going on in the city, though.
What?
Really?
What? Why would you say that?
I think we do.
Or maybe you're just too busy.
Maybe.
That's
probably true.
I
But-
personally think this one was dope because
This is something that we need every year.
Well, think about it. 'Cause
Go ahead.
Polo G just did the same thing.
What Shot
Almost.
City Fest?
Damn
That
near.
wasn't Polo G concert though.
It was
Yeah,
he was just the face of it.
It was
But that wasn't the same. But the list wasn't the same. It wasn't the same lineup, except for JT.
In the activities of surrounding it wasn't the same. Like
Yeah.
Dirk, like, you know how we got Huncho Day in Atlanta. You got Boosie, got the Boosie Bash, like Louisiana.
Yeah, like this gonna turn to like Dirk Week.
Like Dirk has
Every
it. Like
year.
we don't have a Chicago artist that has their own like thing like that for the city or for hip hop. And I think this is dope and how it's turned into that. It was like an all-star weekend for Chicago.
I agree. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that it's way too much pressure on Dirk because he's the only one, it seemed like, that has that type of presence, that star presence. Him and Herb, but like you mentioned Atlanta or New Orleans or LA or New York, it's so many people that they can pull from to kind of spearhead that. Even when Tycoon with 50, right?
Yeah.
But Dirk, it seemed like he kind of carrying the flag all on his own. And
Maybe that's something that he feel like he in a position to do right now.
I'm with it.
Because we only got a handful of people that.
I was gonna say he hasn't really done anything like that though. So I think Herb. I feel like Herb has been doing what you're talking about.
My concern.
So what's the pressure? What's the pressure?
My concern is that a lot of times it feel like it's him standing out there by himself carrying the flag for Chicago, and there need to be more support and resources behind him. Like we support him, right? It was a
When
dope
you say
scene.
support and resources,
give me
like
bullet, give
what?
me bullet,
Like
give me
from
bullet
who?
points. Give me bullet points.
So from my lens is Dirk is visible. He's like one of the only national acts from Chicago that's repping Chicago coast to coast. Who are the names after that we can say, all right, we can back this person or that person or the third person to have the same type of impact? I just don't want it to always fall on Dirk to kind of put on for the city.
I think this is just one of those things where he's paving the way, if that's the word, that's the phrase, paving the way for like artists that come after him.
You think he's showing them how it can be done?
Yeah,
it's possible.
But and most importantly, you have to have that impact. Like a lot of artists that come out of Chicago don't have that impact. Like the last artist besides Herb, I would say, was Juice WRLD.
That's my concern. It just seems like every time we get somebody that's like the king of Chicago that's putting on for us, it's just them standing by themselves. And I know it's a kind of a old conversation that we kind of always bringing up, like we need to do more for Chicago, build the career, work together, collaborate. But it just seems like whenever we get to this crescendo, whenever we get to this peak, it's always Dirk leading the way.
See, I think that this is the turn of events that we've been talking about.
I hope so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think this is damn near answering your question. Like it's just like it just has to start with Dirk. Well, Dirk is the one that's like, okay, I'm gonna be the one to start it.
Can we also just acknowledge the fact that just a lot of the music in Chicago is just not that good?
We gonna talk about something else
I think it's good.
Hold on. Let me go
Every single time.
Let me go in depth
Here
with
you
that,
go.
right? So a lot of the artists that we think
You hate it, man.
is not that good, right? Second of all, we don't have a lot. You said national acts. We don't have a lot of artists that has that national sound to push, and of course, until we get a wave where it's consistently when we have artists doing that, then it's not gonna be Dirk by itself. But Dirk has been the most consistent, and Herb, they've been the most consistent since they came out as far as like putting out music that reached the masses.
I don't think her reaching the masses.
I would say you probably
You a
need to go.
fool?
You have to. I'm gonna call him a fool.
Oh.
I think you probably have to go do. You have to go do your. Googles.
Her reach the masses. Her don't even
Herb
gotta
is
make
definitely
music to reach the
I
masses.
don't think her reaching the masses as much as he could be. I think he keeping his sound grounded in like drill and like just like Chicago.
I don't think
Herb's not. Dirk did a song with Morgan Wallen. You know who that is?
Yeah,
It's a white country singer.
Because Durk is,
You can't see Herb doing something like that.
Because Durk is not Durk dabbles into R&B sounds, melodic sounds. Durk dabbles into drill. He tests stuff out like what country sounds, and he also does like a lot of emo stuff too. If you listen to that's like emo. A lot of them some sad. Close that back door. He started talking about like he blends like drill and emo instead of sometimes
More like just melodic. I would say
think about it. Like the same situation, the same type of music y'all champion Juice WRLD for making. Durk makes some of the same exact songs, the same exact melodies. So
different subject matter.
But if you say Juice WRLD is emo because he talk about depression and he's talking about Durk talks about the same stuff in his music. He talks about depression. He talks about losing his home. He talks about people being in jail. Talk about him going to rehab, him being on drugs. So it's the same type of thing. So his subject matter is going to reach a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Herb talks to quote unquote real motherfuckers. I'm put it there. I ain't gonna say the N word. He talks to real motherfuckers that's going through real day-to-day shit. Real, like we not even thinking about being depressed or being on no killing ourselves type shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to reach a certain demographic. Yeah, like a Jadakiss or something. Right,
yeah. So you can't say he like reaching the masses if he only reaching this certain group.
He reached more. He has a broader audience, right? So Herb has a big New York following. Herb has people down south listen to Herb.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Herb,
not that much.
Herb can listen. People listen to Herb on the West Coast. Now his listenership might not be big as. Probably not big as Smirk, but he has a huge listenership. That's like saying Larry June don't got a big listenership.
He don't.
Larry June?
And I love Larry June. I feel like, but Larry June not as big as like, like he got a West Coast sound, right? But Larry June, he got a style that's like, if you fuck with him, it's either because you just like his sound or you like hustling. That's what he make like hustler music when I listen to Larry June. It's like, so it's only gonna reach a certain amount of people. Like I don't think, Jay, do you listen to Larry June? BREE, do you listen to Larry June that much?
I listen to a little bit of Larry June.
Yeah, so like Larry June gonna make stuff for like the guys mostly. That's how I feel about her.
The perspective you giving is how people used to talk about Wiz, like Cushion Orange Juice and
like
potheads.
Love me.
Like it's for a certain genre.
Wiz had us in chokehold.
But Wiz
for sure.
Yeah.
But that's the point I'm trying to make.
Chuck Taylor's like
That's the point I'm trying to make. Chris is saying that June not that big, Herb not that big. They used to say that about Wiz, like Wiz not that big. But if you ask somebody else, they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, he in my spin cycle every time I get in the car, every time I go somewhere. Like,
but Wiz started transcending what he was known for. He started like expanding. He started making songs with Maroon 5. He started making songs with Fast and Furious.
But
like,
I feel like
you start.
Go ahead.
You start changing.
I was gonna say I also feel like Herb still has time and room to grow.
Agreed.
How old is he?
Herb not 30.
Not even 30 yet.
Like 29.
Herb doesn't. I would say for him to be an independent with his business structure and his model, he recruits.
That's another thing too.
He recruits
Herb
on every.
doesn't have the same. I don't want to say
machine behind.
Yeah,
it's a machine.
Yeah,
Herb don't got the same machine.
I feel like he recoups on every project.
A lot of other artists. Yeah,
I think he's doing really well for him.
Yeah, I think
he's doing good. I think he can do better.
I mean, we just want to go on a conversation.
We gonna agree to disagree on that one.
But shout out to Dirk.
Shout out to Dirk, bro. That was huge for the city.
Shout out to Dirk and her. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up? What's the word?